What's up, issue? Fighting's video where we fall 4 times weak to Dark and Ghost Pokemon team. Now, this is actually a pretty cool team because they are not only weak to Dark, but they are 4 times weak to Ghost at the same time. So it's kind of unique. Normally, I do like 4 times weakness as a one, but this is a duo one. So I thought this was pretty cool, and I decided to pick this idea myself. Now, I do all my streaming on Twitch. If you want to check that one out, links in the description. Go give me a follow. I'd very much appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into it. If you are enjoying the Think Takes people, drop a like on the video. I'd very much appreciate that. All right, today video, we've got 3 battles, and this is a battle against a spoopy squirrel. This was on my Discord, and I thought I'd use the cool shiny Lunala. All right, so we got an Arachnid lead here, and this set was a physical set. Now, it gets some pretty interesting physical moves. It's probably not the greatest kind of moves, but I decided to, cobble something together. We're going to be going for a Power Herb Sky Attack set, max attack and max speed, and old Crubber Brubbles is going to go down the water spout. So that was a pretty good, that's a pretty good start. You can't complain with that. Also, I have been giving away Shiny Lunala and Soul Galeo to my patrons. If you do want one of them, links in the description too. We have a Nidoqueen now. So what I'm going to do is go for the Phantom Force. I don't have my Power Herb on this one, but it's going to, hit reasonable. Its attack isn't the greatest in the world, so I decided to, that's why I decided to use it, of course. All right, so Nidoqueen is going to set up its Toxic Spikes. That is going to be a little bit annoying there. So it's going to be at a 3-hit KO on Nidoqueen. And of course, I'm going to get poison pointed. So of course. So this Nidoqueen is all about like poisoning the opponent and dropping those toxic spikes on the field. So all of my Pokemon that are weak to 4 times weak to Dark and Ghost are going to get poisoned. Also quick, the question of today is, what is your favorite unique typing Pokemon? Or just what's your favorite typing combination? Leave below in the comment section. Also, at this stage in the battle, you got to do it right. If you're going to do it right now. What other Pokemon can you think of that are 4 times weak to Dark and Ghost? Leave it below now. You're not allowed to cheat. You got to do it right now, people. It's optional. Just test your Pokemon knowledge, people. All right, so Nidoqueen's going to go for a Surf there. Lunala's pretty fairly bulky, even a sweeping set. So now we're going to go for the Acrobatics, which is powered up by me not having an item. Like, this is literally the set, right? Phantom Force, Acrobatics, Sky Attack, and Giga Impact. It doesn't have any really good physical attacks outside of Phantom Force, and you got to use like Power Herb to make it like semi-viable, I guess. And of course, we've got Shadow Step. But man, Shiny Lunala looks really, really cool. It definitely suits it. Soul Galeo, on the other hand, I'm not a huge fan. Looks like old Soul Galeo spent a little bit too much time on Pride Rock or something like that. But that's just me. I'm still, out of the two, I definitely like Lunala. I think most people do. There were a few that quite like Soul Galeo. All right, so we're going to have the Nidoqueen go for a double Scumbag Protect there. And yeah, that was a little bit annoying for another Acrobatics. It also has recovery too, so that Acrobatics is getting, obviously it's still going to be powerful, but it's in a questionable range. Is it going to be able to take it out or not? So now Luna's going to go for Acrobatics this time on the Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen has a reasonable bulk and defense, and it lives on 1 health. The merch, people, is available. You know where to get that. Link is in the description. Thank you for all the people who've been buying the merch and stuff too over the years. I very much appreciate that. All right, so of course the Nidoqueen lives on 1 health, and I'm going to go down to the poison point damage. Woo! It couldn't be a Pimpnite battle without that happening at least once, right? I thought today I could get over it and get past this 1 HP meme, but it just keeps coming back. All right, so now we're going to go into Hoopa. This is a physical set. Let's go with what this amazing set. This is probably the best set I had, like real talk. So we got Power Punch, Ice Punch, Phantom Force, and Zen Headbutt. So I went for the Zen Headbutt. I could have gone for the Power Herb Phantom Force and busted through that Protect, but I didn't really want to waste it, so I thought I sort of weighed up my possibilities there. Even if I take a little bit of damage from the Poison Point or Toxic Spikes, it's fine. So now I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt, and that is Nidoqueen down. Finally, that Nidoqueen was like really bulky. Okay, so on this team, I'm also going to give you guys a clue. I don't have a full team of 6, so it's not 6 Pokemon that are 4 times weak to Dark and Ghost. So maybe you're still trying to figure out what Mons there are. So that's just a little clue to you. All right, so in comes Garchomp. It's going to be a special set. Props to that. And we got a Draco Meter here. I'm not sure if there's going to be Specs or Life Orb or something like that. Hoopa does have pretty good special defense, so I do manage to take that nicely. And I'm going to slide through with the Ice Punch. I did compliment going for a Power-Up Punch, but I thought, no, I've got to get some damage against the thing. It's going to outspeed me. And man, that just dumps this Garchomp in 1 shot. That was like a really good KO there. Very, very handy. Okay, so we got 3 Pokemon down, and I've got 1 down. But it's still quite an even battle because I'm going to tell you how many Pokemon I got on my team. I've got 4, so I've got 3 left, and they've got 3 left. All right, so we're now going to go for the Phantom Force. Hooper is on its last little leg. I'm going to get that Power Herb boost and give Marowak a good jolly spanky. It doesn't take it out on one shot, but man, it does some really good damage. Plus, oh damn, Shell Bell, Marowak, Alola. This is only on Pimpnite's channel, people. Only on Pimpnite's channel. All right, so we're going to belly drop. It's going to fail because I did way too much damage there, and Hooper is going to go down to the poison damage. That was really good. Like, imagine if this thing was, like, speedy, and that could absolutely destroy my entire team. Alright, next Pokemon we got is Necrozma Dawnwings. I decided to use the shiny as well, shiny Necrozma, and, man, it looks super cool, like, super fleshy, sort of, like, bat-like wings. I really, really like it. Alright, I did do a video on how to go about getting a shiny Necrozma as well. If you want to check that one out, you can. Okay, so we're going to go for a Moongeist Beam here, and, looks really cool. I really like those wings, like, the pink, I guess you call, like, a pink. Something like that. Anyway, so the Marowak is going to go down. I needed that to go down. This is, you have to actually have a Moongeist Beam. It forces you to have that move, so that's not really the move that I like primarily had on this set. I'll tell you what the other ones are. We had Iron Defense, and we had Moonlight, and we had Stored Power. So I've got really no choice here. I've got to go for damage as best as I can, and what I want to do is go for the Iron Defense and then Stored Power. It's a very bulky set, right? All right, so Behemoth's going to go down. I know Behemoth can carry Dank Pulse, and that, that's going to just body me. All right, so that's down. The last Pokemon we've got is the Nidoking. Man, there was a Nidoqueen and a Nidoking. All right, I like the Nido line. They're cool. All right, so now we got the Nidoking going for the Earth Power. Nidoking has got some really nice offense there. Really hits me hard with that one. I'm going to go for the Iron Defense. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would be like a physical set. Like, I was thinking maybe, like, imagine if they had Sucker Punch. That'd be really, really bad. That's why I decided to go for the Iron Defense. Anyway, Nidoking's going to go for another Earth Power, and that is my Necrozma down, unfortunately. But I've got one more Pokemon left, and that Pokemon, my friends, is normal Lunala. So we're going to send that one out. This is my 4 times weak to Dark and Ghost type team. There's not many Pokemon, so I did it with as many as I possibly could, right? Alright, so into Lunala. Lunala is definitely my best Pokemon on this team. This is a full-on special attacking set. We got on this max health and max special attack. We got Moongeist Beam, Dazzling Gleam, Focus Mist, and Heat Wave. And we've got the Ghostium Z for Moongeist Beam. This is like my carry sort of set. All the others were like kind of okay, but Hooper was probably the second best, and the others were sort of like just memes, really. And since I only had 4 Pokemon, it made things, it made things a little bit of a challenge, which is good. All right, so going for that awesome Z move there, and Nidoking is going to go down to that one, and that is game, people. Hope you enjoyed that. That was a really fun battle. Thank you for the battle, Spoopy Squirrel. And let's get on to the second one. So this is a battle against Skylar. We've never ever battled before, guys. And now we got a interesting lead here, being the Slowbro. So I decided to go things off with my Lunala again. My Shiny Lure. This is my physical one. I decided to lead with this all the time because it's a good meme, and it actually did some pretty, it put in some pretty good work. All right, so going for the Phantom Forcing now, Slowbro has some very good defense, right? So I knew this probably wouldn't do loads of damage, but then it like did over 3 quarters. I was super impressed with that. So I'm thinking, maybe they're running like more of an offensive one. So Aqua Tail is going to slam into me, does a critical hit there. So I was like, damn, okay, this is like definitely more of an offensive set. So going for the Acrobatics, and Slowbro goes down. That combination, guys, the Acrobatics. Man, I wish it was like flying. That would be like super good. Anyway, so Slowbro's down, which is really good. And now we got the Metagross coming out. So I can use like ghost type moves against Metagross. That's probably like the way I'm going to have to go. And now we got Mega Metagross. So it's good to see Mega Metagross being used. Probably one of my more favorite Mega designs, actually. Speaking of Mega Pokemon, I should have, actually, this video is going to, I forgot to say, this video is going to be put up in advance too, people, because I'm going away on, what would be the day I upload it to? I'm not sure. I'm going away on Friday, so that'll be like last Friday, so I'll be away for about three days or so. So this one I'm putting up in advance. I need a couple of days break here and there, guys, especially with Sword and Shield coming up. So I just need a couple of days break. And, yeah, just to keep me fresh and stuff like that. All right, so going for another Phantom Force here. We got a special attacking Mega Metagross. I got one of these, right? I remember I had a really good matchup once with my Mega Metagross. A Mega Salamence came out, right? Hit me like really hard on the, I think it was like a special set or something like that. Hit me really hard. And then I smacked it with like an Icy Wind and just dumpstered it. It was awesome. Good memories. All right, so Mega Metagross is down. And now we got Zygarde coming out. Now, this thing caused me quite a few problems. So, the Zygarde was actually like a coil set. So I was like, this is not good. My physical mons are probably not going to you know, they're probably not going to do too much this. So I was like, okay, at least I can get some damage with Phantom Force, right? At least a little bit of damage. I might be able to get like a lucky crit or something like that. Anyway, I actually didn't get any damage because the Zygarde is going to go for a Camouflage. Now, Camouflage turns it into a normal type, which is going to make my Ghost type move, you know, not effective. So like, oh, what is this set going to be? So now we've got the 1,000 arrow Zygarde and 1,000 arrows, 1,069. More like 69 arrows. That wasn't 1,000 arrows. That's going to take up my Lunala. So I've got to take, like, this is a normal type, right? It's going to be kind of bulky on the physical side. Like, what am I going to do? I decided to swap into Hooper to see how much damage I could do. It's going to outspeed me again there and go for the 1,000 arrows. So I went for a power-up punch. Hooper doesn't really take that as well as I kind of hoped. And yeah, I'm going to get outsped the next turn, and Hooper's power-up punch isn't going to do too much either. Man, I would have loved to hit that with an ice punch. That would have done some, like, really nice damage, but unfortunately for me, it's now a normal type. So my last plan of action, I've only got 2 more Pokemon left now since my Lunala and Hooper have both been knocked out by this thing, is my other Lunala with Focus Mist. Now, Focus Mist will do some big damage to this thing. It could possibly take it out too, but I'm going to have to, withstand an attack, which, with Shadow Steel, you can, obviously can. So my team is reasonably bulky at the start. So that is going to do nothing, which is good for me there. And now we're going to go for Focus Mist. It doesn't miss, which is nice. I like how Lunala uses Focus Mist too. It sort of like brings its wings apart, then it sort of like fires like a little like aura sort of ball out there. Looks really cool. Anyway, so that's down, which is good. The next Pokemon we got coming out is a Metang. So we got a Metagross and a Metang. So 2 Beldum together. Are we going to get a Beldum on this team, people? I'm not sure. All right, so now it's like, I got to go for this Z move here, people. If this thing hits me with some sort of scummy move, I'm just going to take it out. Like, if it could be bulky Everlight set, I'm going to take no chances. So going for that never-ending nightmare. Now, this Metagross Metang was a Everlight set, max health, max special defense. I've actually found this out after the battle, right? I didn't know at this stage in the battle. So anyway, I take it out in one shot, and yeah, that's a pretty powerful hit to one shot that sort of thing. If that was like, if its defense, if its special defense was as good as defense, I'd say it still would have lived. That's how bulky its defense is. Alright, so out comes at 69, Wishy Washy. I really like Wishy Washy. It's probably one of my favorite Gen 7 Pokemon. Man, I cannot wait to use some of those Gen 8 Pokemon coming up. Anyway, so I've got to swap out. I'm not really sure what this thing's going to do. I know it can be a physical set with beat-up, so I'm a little bit scared about that. But since there's only 2 Pokemon left, I wasn't actually that scared of that move. I was more thinking it might be something different. And then it's going to go for a Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump does some big damage to me. All I can do is go for the Moongeist Beam. I can't really get my stored power going because I did take a lot of damage from, Wishy Washy's hit. It's got some pretty nice special attack on that thing. All right, so doing about half health, which is nice. And the second Hydro Pump is going to connect, and that is my Necrozma Dawn Wings down. So all I've got left here is my normal Lunala. Well, my best Pokemon at least, which is good. So I can go for another Moongeist Beam. I'm very confident it's going to take it out because this thing's got a little bit more offense than my other Dawn Wings one. That's more invested in like bulk and stuff. So go for that. And we've got one more Pokemon left. Now, the last Pokemon that came out, it was quite interesting. So down goes 69 Wishy Washy. Thank goodness it didn't live. I'll be very, very surprised if it did live. Alright, so last one is Magnemite, which is a Magneton. I nearly said Magnezone. Man, these magnets everywhere, people. So Magneton is going to hit me with a Zap Cannon, like, damn, like, right off the bat there. It does some pretty good damage to me and paralyzes me. That move always paralyzes. So I was thinking to myself, imagine firing Heat Wave, and imagine having Sturdy, right? And imagine it actually getting burned on Sturdy. I was thinking that had to happen. You wouldn't actually believe it. I couldn't believe it, right? So it's going to eat a berry, which is not going to be a healing berry. It's going to be it's going to boss its defensive staff berry. And Magnemite goes down. Magnemon, guys. Magnemon. That's going to be like, I don't know, a 4 form. Anyway, that was super lucky at the end there. Thank you very much for the Bell Skylar. And let's get on to the final one. I can't believe that burn actually kicked in. We're like, when you think about something, you're like, I wish this would happen. Like, it'd be funny if this happened, and it did happen. That was sort of like me. All right, this is a battle against Sarge, and we have a Skarmory lead. So as soon as I seen Skarmory, I was thinking, yo, we just had a bit of good luck there with that Heat Wave. Let's go for another one. So into Lunala. Now, Skarmory is going to go for a Z move itself. I thought it might set up some like Spikes or Stealth Rock or something annoying like that, but it's just going to be like a more of an offensive set. So Skarmory is going to be going for a ground type move here. I think this is coming off, I think this is coming off like Bulldoze or something like that. You can't be too sure, people, when you verse like some of my players, because they can be like, they like to do meme sets too, which is really good. So I'm guessing that came off like I'm not really sure. I think Bulldoze or something like that. And now we got the Skarmory going for Sword Dance, so I'm guessing it definitely is Bulldoze. Plus my Shadow Shield. sort of like, made the Skarmory do no damage. So going for the Heat Wave, hoping for that burn again, but it's not going to be a sturdy set. It's going to be a weak armor set, so Skarmory is going to go down. That would have been so good, right, if it had sturdy and burned again. All right, so out comes Blastoise, and I'm thinking, I hope this isn't Blastoise like Mega Blastoise with like, Dank Pulse, like, with its ability. That would be really, really bad. So I went to Hooper anyway, and we're going to have a Mega Blastoise. I'm like, oh no. Please don't have Dark Pulse. That'd be really, really bad. Anyway, so we got the Mega Blastoise here, hoping it doesn't have Dank Pulse, and it's going to go for a Water Pulse. It had a Pulse move, but not the Pulse move I was kind of like worried about. So it's going to do a reasonable amount of damage to my Hoop. It's about a 2-hit KO after my, Life Orb damage or whatever. Sorry, my, damage after taking the first hit. And I'm going to go for the Phantom Force here. So, Blastoise is a very bulky Pokemon, like Mega Blastoise is even, more bulky. And that's not going to do a lot of damage at all. Also, Blastoise is actually outspeeding me too. So I'm guessing this thing's like, timid nature. So a Hooper's going to go down to an Ice Beam. That's going to take out my Hooper. Yeah, definitely. So obviously it doesn't have Dark Pulse, or they would have used it already. I'm guessing it's got like Aura Sphere, Water Pulse, and Ice Beam. I'm guessing that's the moves it's got. So now we got another Water Pulse from the Blastoise. The only thing I was worried about if I got confused, so I've got to take this thing out. It's too bulky and it's too risky. So I'm going to go for my Moongeist, a Z Moongeist Beam here on the Blastoise. Now my opponent actually did bring 4 Pokemon as well, so it was it was an even battle. When I use these teams, I don't expect people to use 4 Pokemon too. I expect them to use the whole team because it's my choice to bring 4 Pokemon. So I'm always okay when people bring that. Just for anyone in the comment section wondering that one. Okay, so Blastoise is going to go down. So we both had 2 Pokemon left. I've got my Lunala, and I've still got my other Necrozma left. Yeah, my Necrozma Lunala combination. Alright, so in comes the Salamence. This Salamence caused me a little bit of trouble, I believe. So now we're going to have a Draco Meteor Salamence. Now, I was wondering if I would live this, like, super badly, depending on, like, what EV spread it was. And Lunala actually lives that one on 13 health, which is really nice. Now, I went for the Dazzling Gleam. Now, I knew Dazzling Gleam wouldn't take it out, but it did some, like, decent damage to Salamence, which it did. So it did close to 3/4. And now Salamence is going to go for a Dragon Breath, guys. Draco Meteor, Dragon Breath, only on Pimpnite's channel. Alright, so Lunala's going to go down. We've got 2 more, still got 2 more Pokemon after that. What am I talking about? So we got Shiny Lunala, the physical set, and we got my other Lunala form thingy. Man, I always forget that. Dawn Wings, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to go for Sky Attack right away there. I'm going to burn up my item and take out this Salamence. Actually looks really cool when Lunala uses this move because it sort of like really pronounces its, its wingspan, right? All right, so I wish the wings were like the same color as its wings. That'd be like so cool. Anyway, so Salamence is going to go down and that's good. We got 1 more Pokemon left and I was like, oh, what Pokemon is this going to be? Because I could see their whole team at the start and I was wondering like if it's going to be like a Pokemon that, would worry me. And the last Pokemon is Luxray. So like, this would be good. Hopefully Luxray doesn't have like something like Crunch. That'd be about the only thing I was a bit worried about, right? So now we're going to go into Necrozma, and guess what, people? My worst fears came to fruition, and I'm going to hit by the Crunch. That does a lot of damage. My ability was the only thing that actually saved me there. So now we're going to go for the Moongeist Beam. It's not going to hit very hard because, as I mentioned before, I've got everything invested in sort of like bulk. And yeah, I went for like a special defensive bulk on this one. I think it was like a max special defense. All right, so I'm going to hit by another Crunch, and down goes my Dawn Wings Necrozma. I'd say that's definitely one of my favorite shinies. I did a showcase on all the shinies anyway for that evolution when I redeemed the Necrozma. Okay, so into my Lula now. I've got full health at least, so I'm going to go for the Phantom Force and hit this, this Luxray as hard as I possibly can. So now we've got the Crunch missing me. I'm going to be in the Void, and I can go for a Phantom Force here. Now, the good thing about this, I actually managed to outspeed the Luxray. Luxray is quite a tanky Pokemon, so it's able to live that one, and now it's going to go for a Crunch. But man, look how much Crunch does that. Like, that, if I didn't have my ability, that probably would have one-shotted me, right? All right, so next one I'm going to go for is the Giga Impact, and Luxray is going to go down. Thank you, people, for checking out all 3 of these battles. Make sure if you enjoyed these, you'd leave a like on the video, and I might catch you tomorrow for another one. Peace out. Oh, enjoy the bloopers and bonus battle.